Welcome back to part 2 of my 28th installment of Jeopardy, of my JEDIO, or Jeopardy Every Day in October series, which I'm playing the Nintendo Wii version once again.
And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you.
We're about to start Double Jeopardy.
Oscars Wild. USA Today's memorable quote makers from the Latin. Nasal passages. Under the sea.
See in quotation marks.
And beekeeping.
And just before we start, I have one thing to get. So hold on, guys. Sorry guys, I can't seem to find it.
Player 3, you go first in this Double Jeopardy round.
USA Today's memorable
Mr.
quote makers
Gorbachev,
400.
Tear down this wall. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Who is Reagan?
That's correct.
Uh-huh.
Please pick again, Player
Quote
1.
makers for 800.
It takes a village to raise a child. Okay, Player 3.
Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
It's Hillary Clinton.
Player 3, back to you.
Quote makers for 1200.
People, I just want to say, can we all get along? Here's the response we were looking for. Rodney King.
Never heard of him.
Choose again, Player 3.
From the Latin for 400.
This type of sphere with a map of the Earth depicted on it has a name from the Latin for sphere. It's Player 1.
What is a globe?
Please pick again.
USA Today's memorable quote makers for 1600.
Keep hope alive. Here's the correct response. Jesse Jackson.
The Rainbow Coalition.
We return to you, Player 1.
Quote makers 2000.
How do we know when irrational exuberance has unduly escalated asset values? We're talking about Alan Greenspan.
Never heard of him.
Player 1, back to
Nasal
you
passages
our
for
next
400.
selection. And there in the wood a piggy-wig stood, with a ring at the end of his nose, in the poem about this bird and a feline.
What is the
Yes,
owl
Player
and the
1.
pussycat? Or owl.
Player 1, you
Nasal
pick again,
passages
please.
for 800.
Truly that nose is the glorious cross he bears, is said of this romantic Rostand hero. Here's what we wanted. Cyrano de Bergerac. You again, Player
Nasal
1.
passages 1200.
To see what is in front of one's nose needs a constant struggle, wrote this man in 1946. Not in 1984.
Who is George
Player
Orwell?
1. Yep. Select again.
Passages for 1600.
Lightly was her slender nose tip-tilted like the petal of a flower. This lord wrote in Idylls of the King.
Who is Alfred Lord
Okay,
Tennyson?
Player 1. Hey, you're right. You get to
Nasal
pick again,
passages for
Player
2000.
1. A Pascal Pensée. If the nose of this queen had been shorter, the whole face of the world would have been changed. Player one.
Who is Cleopatra?
Right.
That was a guess.
Player one.
From the Latin for 800.
This kind of book is quite handy. Its name comes from the Latin for hand. Let's hear it, player one.
What is a manual?
Good.
Uh-huh.
You again, player
From the
one.
Latin for 12.
Let's go over to Kelly.
A non-structural embellishment at the end of a calligraphic letter is called one of these, from the Latin for flower.
I've always wondered what those were.
Here's the correct response. Flourish.
Flourish, alright.
Player
From
one.
the Latin for
Pick again.
1600.
The name of this fin on a shark's back comes from the Latin for back.
What is a dorsal fin?
It's player one. You are correct.
From the
Player
Latin
one, you pick
2000.
again. Yeah! Answer. The first of the daily doubles. And you have the lead. How much are you going to wager, player one?
2000, please.
And the clue. Texas A&M's Coastal Engineering Lab studies the coastal type of this, from the Latin for to gnaw.
What is erosion?
You have named
$18,000.
Select again.
Under the Sea for 400.
What do you mean I'm funny looking? I'm just this fish, also known as an anemone fish. Yes, player one.
What is a clownfish?
Good. Choose again.
Under
player
the
one.
Sea for 800.
It warms the depths of my heart to know you're about to tell me the name of this small edible clam.
Don't know.
Here's what we were looking for. The cockle.
Cockle. I've never gotten that. Phone's
Player
ringing, but
one,
my grandma will
back to
get
you
that.
for our
Under the
next
Sea,
selection.
1200.
Sir, the second daily double. You are in the lead right now.
Pat, you know what, guys? I'll answer it. Excuse me. Hello? Just a minute. Sorry for the delay, guys, but sorry for the second delay, but we are now back.
Your wager, player one.
Okay, I'm just gonna place conservative, and I'm gonna say 1600.
And the daily double clue. This rare fish, discovered in 1938, has been called a living fossil.
What is the coelacanth?
That puts you even further ahead.
$20,000.
We return
Under
to
the
you,
Sea,
player
1600.
one. Let's go to the clue crew for this next clue.
These colorful organisms of the class Anthozoa include blue, precious, and horny species.
Player one.
What are corals?
That's it. You get to
You,
pick again,
under the
player
Sea
one.
for 2000.
The blue whale is the largest member of this order of animals. Okay, player three.
Cetacea?
Right.
Yep.
Player three, back to you.
Beekeeping for 400.
This term for a group of bees refers specifically to the group that flies from the hive to form a new colony.
What is a swarm?
Yes, player one. You got it.
Flock is to birds.
Please
Gaggle's
pick
a
again,
bunch
player
of
one.
geese. Beekeeping for 8. Beekeeping for 8.
Drones don't sting, and queens only sting other queens. So only worry about these bees. 95% of a hive's population. It's player one.
What are workers?
Good for you. You again, player
Beekeeping for 12.
one. Honey is produced by the evaporation of this drink of the gods that bees collect from flowers and then regurgitate. Let's hear it, player one.
What is syrup? Gotta be nectar then.
Incorrect. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Why did I think syrup anyway? I feel so
The
stupid
correct
now.
response is nectar.
Yeah.
Player one, you pick again,
Beekeeping
please.
1600.
Glands on a bee's abdomen convert the sugar in honey to this building material. Yes, player one.
What is wax?
That is correct. Player
Beekeeping
one, back to you.
2000.
A major concern for beekeepers is CCD, this disorder.
Can't find my phone.
Are you kidding?
Here's the correct response. Colony collapse disorder.
Colony collapse.
Choose again, player one.
Oscar's Wilde for 2000.
Disney sued the Academy for unflattering use of this character after a 1989 duet with her and Rob Lowe. Player one,
Who is Sleeping Beauty?
sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
Please tell me you're kidding. Maybe it's Cinderella.
Okay, player three. No,
No.
that's not right.
Snow White then.
Anyone else? It's player two.
Snow White.
That
Yep.
is correct. Please pick again, player
Oscar's
two.
Wilde for 400.
We liked her. We really liked her when this actress won for Places in the Heart in 1985. Let's hear it, player one.
Who is Sally Field?
Yes. Select again.
1600.
This American Beauty nominee nearly had a pregnant pause at the 2000 show. She was due with her fourth at any moment.
No idea.
Here's what we were looking for. Annette Bening.
Oh.
Player one, back to you for our next selection.
1200.
He's the SNL guy, and you're not, who opened the 1988 show with "Good evening, Hollywood phonies." He never hosted again. Okay, player two.
Bill Murray.
That's not it.
No. But I have this out of
Anyone else
reach.
care to try to come up with a correct response?
So I'll give it a shot.
Player one.
Who is Chevy Chase?
Right
Yeah.
you are.
And the
we'll
last
end
one
the
for
board
800?
with this clue. In 1992, proving he could keep up with the younger crowd, he did one-armed push-ups, accepting his City Slickers Oscar.
Never mind this, folks. My grandma's just lost her phone
Here's the correct
again.
response. Jack Palance.
Oh, it's Jack Palance.
Idiot.
All three of
Yeah,
you
and
will
this one is the
participate in
one
Final
that's
Jeopardy right
that's
after
for this phone.
Here comes the Final Jeopardy, players. The category is this: African cities.
This one was not
So,
missing.
what's your wager?
Do the all.
Yeah?
Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response.
So unfortunately, guys,
Press a
you're
direction
gonna have to hear
to
that.
select an answer. Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy clue. Africa's most populous city, not on a navigable body of water. Its settlers didn't need water when they had gold.
Never mind then. I'm gonna say Johannesburg.
What did you say?
Kinshasa.
And that
No.
convinced you.
Everything.
Let's see your response.
Johannesburg.
And this correct response
Yes.
will add how much to your score?
500 only, taking her to 5,100.
Did you come up with the correct response?
Yes, I did. Johannesburg.
And that correct response will add
2,200, taking me to $25,000.
Congratulations to you, player one. So long.
And I'll see you guys for my next installment.